Once upon a time there was a young and lovely social boy who from the first time he could walk, his favorite activity became to walk through the garden of his house, go to the street fence, climb it and try to make contact with anybody who was passing by. He would say hi, he would try to talk, but he couldn't talk yet. He was actually so social that his family gave him the nickname Mr. PR, for Mr. Public Relations, because he just wanted to know anybody on that street. But as the boy grew a little bit older, something unusual happened. He would close himself in his room every time that there were guests coming to the house, and he wouldn't even greet them. What was once a very social and open boy turned into a very shy and closed teenager, anxious from unfamiliar people. And every time his parents would take him to a social gathering, such as a birthday party or a wedding or any place where there were many strangers, the boy couldn't help it but just sit in the corner, sit in his chair and be very afraid of making contact. And if somebody approached him and wanted to talk to him, the boy would just get red and become very shy. But that was not the worst thing. As the boy grew even older and was ready to go to university, to a different city, he became very apprehensive and afraid, because a new city meant many new strangers, new unfamiliar people, and a lot of opportunities for him to get afraid again. And he remembered the first day when he went to this new university and he saw all these kids he didn't know, that all thing he could do is just walk on these corridors and look down on the ground and hope that nobody will see in his eyes how afraid he was. And at his first group class, when he had to do an assignment with the group, he would just stay on the side and not say a word, because he didn't want to look stupid. He was so worried about what other people thought about him. And things got a little bit worse as well when he entered his first public lecture with hundreds of students sitting there. And he had this feeling that everybody is watching at him and wants to do something bad to him and they're gonna laugh at him. He felt like the victim of society. And the feeling was so unbearable, so unpleasant, that the boy couldn't help it but just run away. Little did the boy know that he was suffering a social panic attack. He didn't know what was going on. He didn't want to bother his parents. He just wanted to become invisible. The only thing that the boy could do in this situation was go and hide in the swimming pool of the university. As he would plunge into the water, he would feel invisible for the first time, because nobody could see him. And although the boy thought that he's running away from other people, he was actually running away from his pain and from his own problem. Until one day, the boy bumped into this social guy. And the social guy looked at him, smiled and said hi. But the shy boy didn't trust strangers. He didn't know why would they talk to him, so I was a little bit closed. But of course the social guy was a master at social skills, and he knew how to talk and have small talk and to make people laugh and make jokes. So he broke the ice and he even convinced the shy boy to go and have lunch with him. And as the shy boy walked through the campus with this social guy, he wondered, like, why did I agree to go have lunch with this guy? I don't even know him. And as they walked together, there were many people who said hi to the social guy. And they will stop and they will high five and they will hug and they will smile. And the shy boy just observed and he thought, how is that guy so social? Like, how is he so popular? And the boy just really wanted to have a piece of that as well. And one thing the shy boy had forgotten, that when he was a young boy, he was also like that. He was also social and open and playful and wanted to meet other people, but he just forgot on it. And as they walked together to the canteen, the shy boy kept on thinking, why would this guy hang out with me? Why would he hang out with the weird one, with the awkward student? He has so many friends, so he could be hanging out with them. He couldn't help but think, maybe he wants to manipulate me, maybe he wants to get my money, or maybe he wants to trick me, or it's a big joke, all of that. The last thing that the shy boy could think is that maybe, just maybe, that social guy has seen some kind of a potential in him and he just wants to reach out and help him. that's not something the shy boy thought about. And as I sat down in the canteen and started eating, the social guy opened up and he shared his story. He told the shy boy that he also used to be anxious and he used to be shy and he used to be afraid of people, and he actually could do something and change that. And as he was talking to the young boy, the shy boy could see in his eyes that he was not joking. He was actually for real. He was really telling the truth, and I could feel it, that he was telling the truth. I could see it in his eyes. And this is all I needed. It gave me the spark that I can also change. It gave me the hope that I also can do something about my life. And I'm sharing you this story because that was the day that I decided that I need to change. Because what was the alternative? Could I just go and hide in swimming pools until the rest of my life every time I got a social panic attack? No, this wouldn't work in today's world, right? And I just imagine this old guy sitting on a park bench, white hair, alone, lonely, sad, no friends, no family, no wife, no kids. And I could see the regret in his eyes, and he's looking at me and asking me like, why didn't you change when you had the chance? Why didn't you do something when you were still young? And I decided, I cannot live with this regret. I need to do something. And that was the day where I decided, okay, I'm gonna do whatever it takes. And I started reading books and self-help books and psychology books and psychotherapy, whatever I could get my hands on. And I started going out and talking to strangers. I would talk to at least 5 strangers every single day, in the canteen or a cafe, anywhere I could, just say hi and start to have a small talk. And then I decided I'm gonna push myself even further. I'm gonna go to debating club and public speaking group and put myself in situations where I didn't feel comfortable, just to stretch my comfort zone and put myself in front of strangers and work on my social skills. Then I decided I'm gonna quit drinking, because if I want to develop my real confidence, why would I rely on artificial boosters like alcohol for this artificial courage, which was not really my real confidence? Then I was open up for whatever it helped, so I started meditating. And meditation, what that gave me was basically to accept myself and not to try to impress others, but really be comfortable in my own skin, which was the first step towards my social freedom. And as I started doing those things, I could really start seeing real changes. And I could measure them, because what used to be a social attack every week became a social attack every 2 weeks, and it reduced to once a month, and it reduced to every couple of months. So what I was doing was working. I was getting confident, I was getting social, and what used to be the source of my pain in the past, and meeting strangers was so scary, had slowly turned into the source of my happiness. And it was so gratifying to basically talk to strangers everywhere I go. Like if I go in the elevator, I could say hi and start a conversation. If I go to a cafe, I could start a conversation with the barista, and I started making friends. And all of that back then would have looked like a dream movie, something which happens only in the movies and not in real life. But I also could see, as I started changing, I could see other people who used to struggle, just like I used to struggle. I could see people walking around with their head down and lack of self-confidence, and I could see that they're beating themselves up and they don't believe that they can change, and they believe that they're just like that and that's how life's supposed to be for them. And if it was not for this social guy who came to me and spent a lunch just to share his story and give me this chance to believe that I also can change, probably I'll also be like that. So I thought it's my duty to share my story and impact them as well. So I started doing it. At first I was very timid about it, but as I saw those sparks in their eyes, when somebody understands them and somebody can also relate with them and somebody has also been there, I decided I need to keep on doing it, and I need to share that story in order to empower others, in order to break out of their social prisons that they have created for themselves without even knowing it. Because I believe that all of us have this young boy or girl inside of us who is meant to connect with others and enjoy this life and just have amazing relationships and friendships, and yes, and not spend it in being alone and being miserable. And now I understand this guy, because he came to me because he had also felt that pain and he wanted to help. I understand now that he just really wanted to empower me, and that's why I'm doing it. He didn't need to do it, but he did it. I also don't need to do it, but I do it because I believe you can also change. And if you need any tips on social skills, on how to make great first impressions, on how to start conversations, on how to have group conversations, on how to use meditation in order to develop self-confidence, self-acceptance, I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna be sharing them with you, because I think it's my duty, and I believe that we all need to make this world a more social place. Because as we win our self-limitations and we break out from them, then we're open up to connect with others, connect to the world, and really enjoy life. Thank you very much for checking this video. Please share it with somebody who might need it, somebody who is shy or has social anxiety, because it might just help them. And if you like this kind of videos, please subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to be sharing many more of those kind of tips on social skills, charisma, meeting people, developing self-confidence, and all this good stuff. All right, thank you very much again, and see you soon. Bye.
Hey there, thank you very much for checking the video. If you enjoyed it, click like and subscribe, and also turn on the notifications so you know when I upload a new one. And by the way, if you haven't seen the previous episode, then click here, it's pretty awesome. Alright, have a nice day and see you soon.